Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Art Whisper 88. I'm going to start this process with my favorite Sharpie pen, and this is a fine tip, and start making marks. Now, this is a very simple shape. Anyone can do this. Even if you claim that you can't draw, you can draw a circle. Okay, so I've made my marks with a Sharpie. The advantage of a Sharpie is you don't really need to wait for it to dry. It dries almost instantaneously. And then I have here leftover white. This is titanium white from my last video. I'm going to do the same series of circles. And since the circles are slightly watery, so the plate creates this lace-like texture. Okay, so that's it for the white circles. As you can see, the texture is very pronounced. Reminds me of lace cookies for some reason. I must be hungry. Anyway, I will let this dry and do a second layer. I haven't decided yet what color, but it would have to be a light color in order to show the black marks. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I think this has dried. Now I will apply some bronze here in the middle, kind of like a horizon line. And then some Mars black on the edges. So there'll be some kind of division here. Now hopefully the black is going to pick up the white paint that's underneath. Now I'm going to add some additional marks here with my Q-tip. Okay. Again, this is an experiment. I'm not completely sure what the outcome is, but I'll give it a shot. So there's always a possibility that the layer underneath won't transfer. But I won't know that till I do this. So I'm going to take a chance and leave this for 5 minutes. I know there are many viewers who have expressed their opinions about leaving the paper overnight. I appreciate your suggestions, but since I'm on a tight filming schedule, I don't think that's possible. So I'm going to have to stick to my time frame of 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, let's see what we have here. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope this doesn't tear. Oh, I think this is a good result. Now, before doing this print session, I did clean and oil the plate once more. So I hope that will pay off. So far, so good. this is really cool. Check this out. I like the lace pattern, almost like science fiction. So I will let this air dry and then see what else I'm going to think of. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go away. This is exciting. Okay, back from a short break. And this has dried very nicely. And as usual, I've assembled my copy paper collage elements. And I'm going to proceed and just mount them. Again, what I love about the Mod Podge is it dries invisibly. Just squeezing out the wrinkles, as copy paper tends to do because it's fairly thin. But when it dries, it kind of straightens out. There. So before I decide to do another layer, I have to air dry this first. So back in a few minutes. Okay, everybody. My collage has dried by now, and I put together a composition with the reusable stencils once more. And I'm going to do something a little bold with vermilion. I'm going to have vermilion as the middle. It's a middle column, and then copper on the outer edges. Now the color scheme up to this point is very somber. It's just black and white and metallic bronze. So maybe this will kind of jazz things up. So I have a central column of vermilion. And then blending out to copper. I find copper to be very effective in brightening up a color combination. This is really due for an oiling. It's very squeaky. Okay. I found my razor blade. Okay. So here's the print with the lacy circles. Okay, I'm not going to leave this too long. Here goes. Okay, that's more like it. Kind of woke everything up. Check this out. I love it. So I'll get to air dry this, and then I think I will try to recover this ghost print. I'm going to use Arctic. and some turquoise. I'm being a little more loose with the two different colors. So I'm hoping that the result will be more painterly. Now, since I'm trying to pick up the orange ghost print, I will leave this on 5 minutes. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Now I'm hoping that the oiling of the plate is going to help. I think it does. It's not tearing. It's sticking to the plate, but it's yielding. I really like the contrast. Now, had I left the paper a little longer, it would really tear. But I think this is pretty cool. And it picked up most of the vermilion. So I will let this air dry and then recap. I'll see what the next step is. Okay, everybody, I'm going to take this a step further. I have a mix of raw sienna, and I mixed it with my leftover titanium white. And I'm going to do some very big circles here. And I'm going to see if I can offset this directly onto the print. Might be a little crazy thing to do, but I'm willing to try. Now this will be different than trying to capture a ghost. This is more direct. This is the next thing to painting directly on the paper. I think it worked. See, what I wanted to do is have some contrast to this column of turquoise, and I'm glad that the brush strokes show, because that's what I'm after, is the texture. Okay, that's more like it. So we'll air dry this and then figure out what's next. Okay, everybody, this is my favorite part of the video, where I get to recap and show you the finished product. I like the way this turned out. I think the copper really woke things up and kind of ties everything together. Let me show you a close-up. And I really like these very delicate textures of lace. This is totally by accident, but that is the reaction of the titanium white with the oily plate. It creates this very distinct lacy pattern. I would not be able to recreate this in a painting. This is a very natural reaction of the water content in the white paint and then the oily surface of the gel plate. So it has a very organic look to it, like a sea sponge or a close-up of microscopic creatures. So the first print, and here is its sibling, which is totally different. Now, even if they were done consecutively, they're like night and day. And this is a little more freeform because it's a ghost print. Here's a close-up. You can still see traces of the Sharpie pen, but it's very subtle. It's not much. But I do like the brush stroke marks. I didn't think they would come out, but they did. Anyway, thank you for joining me in this experimental session. I don't mean to sound repetitious, but I want to express my thanks to all you wonderful subscribers and people who have lent their support to my PayPal account to help keep this channel going. I hope to see you next time.